The Crime Congress, it's the world's largest and most diverse gathering related to the UNODC mandates in crime prevention and criminal justice. And it's been going on for many, many decades.
They are the body that develops policy in this area for the next 5 years to come.
It started as a forum to bring the world together to talk about where we were on these issues and where we needed to go.
Allows for people who are not normally in the room when the commissions meet to bring maybe other aspects to the discussion.
There's been a number of situations where it's been the impetus for big international steps.
Some of these include globally transformational resolutions such as protection from torture, the UN guidelines for the prevention of juvenile delinquency, the basic principles on the independence of the judiciary, and the standard minimum rules for the treatment of prisoners, the so-called Nelson Mandela rules.
It influences what we do in Vienna, it influences what member states do collectively and globally, and it even influences what happens on the ground in a number of countries.
You have come to Doha to share your successes and your challenges and share your experiences in preventing crime and promoting rule of law to support sustainable development.
The 13th Crime Congress was a special one. It was decided with the support of the Qatari government that we should try to take some of those key priorities and see what we can do to more systematically promote action in those areas.
رأت القيادة السياسية في دولة قطر بتبرع سخي يناهز $50 مليون لوضع إعلان الدوحة في موضع التنفيذ.
Here we had a host which said, well, we take this seriously. We hosted a Congress, we were part of the negotiations of the political declaration, and now we want to see that declaration implemented.
For the first time after a crime congress, there was an operational program transitioning from policy making to actions and real life impact.
There were a lot of different priorities in the Doha Declaration, but 4 were singled out as being of great interest to member states consistently in a number of regions, and all of them related to promoting the rule of law.
Those priorities turned into the 4 pillars of the global program for the implementation of the Doha Declaration, one of which was dedicated to boosting judicial integrity.
We wanted to see what we can do to help judges around the world, and so that led to the creation of a global judicial integrity network.
Global Judicial Integrity Network created a new platform for judges to discuss with other judges solutions for ethic problems, integrity problems, how they can reinforce their own internal conducts.
This is a network that's enabled by the United Nations and UNODC in particular, but is really led by judges themselves.
When I didn't have an answer, I could connect with the network and find my answers. I can dialogue with them and I can express my concerns, my fears, and get answers from the best of them.
There's a twin benefit. You grow as a judicial officer, but even more than that, the justice you dispense is much better.
Another pillar of the global program for the implementation of the Doha Declaration focused on prisoner rehabilitation.
Prison itself, it's not the end of the line.
How do we use the area of prison to be more effective in reforming and rehabilitating and getting people not to reoffend?
You start in the perspective of reintegration of prisoners and to ensure that new skills can be built on a prison setting.
Me ha ayudado en harto, he aprendido cosas que nunca me imaginaba en la vida aprender, nunca pensaba.
Lo más importante, digamos, de este taller es tratar de que el joven se reinserte.
Desde lo que es agropecuaria hasta lo que es cómo superarse.
Lo que esperamos siempre de un interno, pues que la persona, uno, salga con conocimiento dentro de la cárcel. Esperamos también que la persona pueda reinsertarte a la sociedad sin ningún tipo de problemas.
Espero que llegue ya el de mí mi oportunidad de salir y ver y demostrar afuera que puedo hacer algo más que de lo que estoy haciendo aquí.
We had to relook at the whole offender management system.
We would want individuals to come out of our facilities well equipped mentally and vocationally to face the challenges that life offers.
I think today we are talking of prison not being a place of punishment per se, but maybe a place where people can be reformed and contribute to society.
Using sports to prevent youth crime and help develop critical life skills was another pillar which has produced impressive results under the global program.
If you are looking for mobilization of young people, sport is the quickest way.
Line Up Live Up is a guide. It can provide a certain avenue and way to engage young people. This is how we get people to come to an intervention. And then when they're there, we try to use the sport in an intentional way to facilitate discussion around important life skills.
Não é preciso ser sair daqui campeão olímpico. Ele tem que ser campeão da vida.
We are in a challenge of drugs and crime. The aim of Line Up Live Up is to overcome those challenges.
This manual helped my children to come out of that dangerous situation. Like some of them were doing drugs. But after this sessions that I did with them, they had testimonials where they say, if it wasn't for this program, they don't know where they will be today. So this helped us a lot.
Education is the basis of a global citizenship that is actually focusing in having a better world and a more fair world.
While the concept of education is cross-cutting and runs through all elements of the global program, it also has its own dedicated pillar in the Education for Justice initiative.
أعتقد أن النظر إلى الثلاث مراحل سواء المرحلة الابتدائية أو المتوسطة أو المرحلة الثانوية تمثل أهمية متساوية.
Through a collaboration and engagement involving children, youth, young adults, and educators, the Education for Justice initiative co-created materials targeting all levels of the education sector.
يجب تهيئة النشء من هذه المرحلة المبتدئة ومن ثم الوصول معه في التقدم بالمراحل العمر حتى المرحلة الثانوية لاستنساخ إنسان يخدم مجتمعه.
To educate a new generation which grows up with those values is very important and convinces those in power that they have to change.
I think we are creating a new generation that is replacing the me for the we.
We create value-based citizens that take the rule of law more seriously in their daily lives, and they fight for it.
The reach of the program has been incredible all over the world.
The numbers are just impressive. I mean, what we have achieved over the last 5 years.
Besides benefiting from our tools, resources, products, activities, they are built to be sustained in the future.